What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Rat's Den, and here it is again. We're playing Elden Ring, and today I wanted to just give my take on some of the bad takes that were given. I watched a video a couple of days ago that said a few things about the game, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do a multi-video series on the review for Elden Ring. So one thing that kind of really ticked me off is that a reviewer out there said that the game had horrible graphics. So I'm just gonna outright say it and say that that person is very, very wrong about the game, and on multiple fronts. But to start off, I'd like to preface and say yes, that these video games, or any video game, are basically works of art. There's a tremendous amount of people involved, you know, to compile together something that is made for us, the gamer. And I just like to say that they're works of art, and like certain pieces of art out there, art is very subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. Some people might think that the Mona Lisa is one of the best pieces of art in the world. Others might not. And I think From Software can fit in that description, in the sense that works of art, are subjective. But with that said, I just want to tell you the reasons why I fully disagree with people who say the graphics suck, and I'm basically just going to show you my perspective and reasons why I think the graphics in this game do not suck, and to me they're absolutely top notch. So, and just to start off, I just wanted to show you a simple screen capture of the game in action and kind of go through a little bit of the material with you. Now, I'm actually playing in 4K. However, my capture card is not the highest, so what you're going to see is a lowered rendered version. It's a 1080p version of the capture, but we can still analyze and look at some things together in the sense of non-pixelated format, right? We could just look at it subjectively and what the artist have meant to give to the audience, right? So to start off, let's just take a look around the scenery, all right? What do we have here? We've got a player, we've got a world around us, we got lots of different things going on, and I could just already tell you that I feel like I'm already looking at a painting, right? I feel like someone has literally brushstroked some paint on a canvas, and that's what I'm looking at. I feel like I'm looking at one of those old school Bob Ross videos, right, where he just amazingly puts together something so quick with just these gentle brushstrokes, and that to me is just a masterful artwork, right? So to me, bringing that into this perspective, I see it as the same thing. I'm looking at the trees in the background, and they're pieced in a certain way. The grass blades on the left side, if we can look right in front of us, the lighting from the grace itself. And oh my god, as we speak, it's starting to rain. Comes out of nowhere, right? In the far background, in the haze, we can see the broken bridge that leads to Stormvale Castle. Kind of in the middle ground, we can see the Church of El, the second grace that people should be familiar with. And that's only... Oh, and I forgot to mention, if we look up, we've got this giant Erd tree that's the heart of the game, and just such a tremendous amount of light that's displayed from it. So it's a nighttime version of the first step. It's one of the first areas of the game, and it is beautiful. All right, graphically, if someone says that the amount of work that's put into this, not only in the sense of just resources and plugging them into place, but the art behind it, in the way that most of the areas that you can see here on the map are basically traversable by any player in the game. That to me is an amount of serious work, and I really appreciate it. And this is one of the reasons why I think The graphics are far superior, or just some of the best that I've ever seen, ever. Okay, so we're still talking about graphics. That was environment. Let's talk about character models. Okay, so to start off, the character models, I think they're excellent. Um, I've got a combination of different armors on, and I just I just can't believe the amount of detail. Let's take a look at the most obvious piece right here that seems so full of detail is the shield, right? So the shield is so filled with texture. It's just amazing. There's a picture. I haven't even paid attention to what the picture is, but all of the curvatures and the crevices and the braids, and then on top of that you've got this wood vines capturing the shield. It's broken on the side intentionally, and it's just a crazy graphical element to put your eyes on, and that alone can say like this is what the game is about, right? But let's move forward. That's just the shield. Now let's look at the character model itself. All right, she looks pretty cool. All right, again, to me it's a combination of armors that I've collected throughout the entire game, and I'm just amazed. I think that all the different colors and combinations, and look at the headpiece. 4K players will definitely have a hell of a time looking at the headpiece for all the details. Um, the folds and the boots and the chain armor that's underneath the boots, the pouches, the way the the fabrics brush in the wind. You know, that to me, it looks like she's wearing metal. I mean, it just looks like metal, right? It again, this is a simple one thing to analyze in a character model, and I think it's excellent. I think it's the sole reason to say that this game has excellent graphics. I mean, look how much detail. Look at the back piece of the armor, how some of it is decayed from battle. You know what I mean? I mean, you're assuming it's from battle, right? The wear and tear from the little drapery on the backside. It just looks weathered, and we know it is. And I just can't see how someone would say that the graphics in this game are bad just from that experience alone, right? So I know this is only the first step, but we've already had tons and tons of examples of why the game has amazing graphics. I mean, let's just choose one topic. We'll look at color, and there is too much color out here, and I mean that in a good sense. I mean the green, the kind of the yellow leaves, even orange leaves, the weeds, the shades of green, even the purple that's in there. We just have almost so many spectrums of the world just in color alone. All right, and then okay, what about lighting? Okay, so let's talk about lighting. The grace is reflective off the armor, right? And the way that the lighting is traced in pointing you the right direction, amazing. The lighting from the message right there, the lighting from the Erd tree is just mesmerizing. You could be trapped in looking that alone. So, and let's note that it just changed from night into like dawn, so you have different times of light, right? And look, another minor Erd tree in the background. It's just insane. And again, I'm only analyzing. I'm not even saying how much I love it. That's how much depth that goes into all of this graphical prowess, this graphical artwork, right? It's excellent. And anyone who says otherwise is not analyzing it the right way. Now, if it's a matter of choice, well, that's an opinion, right? They choose to do it this way because they like it that way. It's a preference. But I choose to analyze what's going on rather than saying this is my preference, right? So, I mean, I happen to analyze it, and analyzing it, this actually does happen to be my preference. So I'm a fan, of course, but I'm not saying it from just a fanatical point. I'm saying it from an objective point of view. And that, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, if you want, let me see. I mean, I've got the entire map unlocked. Let me see if I can find something that that can amaze the player in its own right. Okay, as far as graphics are concerned, let's see. Yeah, let's go visit Renala. All right, and this is just this is an example of an indoor environment, and I'm sorry to all those who haven't made it to Renala, but I wanted to give an example of an indoor area. Okay, so again, just starting off without spoiling too much, it looks like I'm in some sort of cool library. There's books everywhere. I mean, maybe we can agree that they're not the most highly dense resolution books that are out there, but the way that they've been stacked and falling off, it gives a sense of realism, right? It's art, right? Yeah, it might not be the most robust area, but if we take a look at the fine tuning of it, again, we can see there's just so much going on here. There's just so much, right? And for someone to say that the graphics in this game, as a result of this, they're not good, I'm just baffled by that opinion, right? So again, we can see the same things. If we're looking at the colors, we've defined here that the colors are supposed to be a little washed out, all similar, with blues to kind of give a sense of eerie atmosphere, and the reds to contradict the blue a little bit. It's just so a matter of fact, and just saying, hey, look, this is the design we've gone for. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But how can you not? How can you not? Again, we can say in the same environments, the same examples, the light from the candles, the light from the grays. We look up. Is there a mild light coming from the windows above? And in fact, that there is, We can see a light in the distance coming from the haze of the outdoor area. There's just so much going on here, and it's kind of almost you would be a fool to ignore this and give a review in the fact that you don't like the graphics in this game. I am a fan of From Software, and I've kind of grown with them over the years, and to me, I feel the evolution of their games, and I've started, my first Souls game was actually Dark Souls itself, and it was a tremendous experience. And even for that time, the way that they displayed their land and their colors, it was very much reflective of this. So to go from there, from Dark Souls to Elden Ring, to take on the evolution of technology that has taken place between that time and now, there is a great significance in evolution of the resources. So to look at it from that standpoint, the graphical prowess, the graphical perspective of From Software, that it has improved, and to me, I would say that it is in line with some of the many games that you see in today's genre, in today's in the modern gaming day, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the topic I wanted to cover today. It was graphics in Elden Ring. I'd like to hear some other opinions and why we can support the opposite end of the spectrum and say why graphics are not good in this game. I'd like to hear it. I'm not going to say that I'll argue with them, but I'd like to hear valid reasons on why the game has bad graphics. I mean, because so far, just standing still in the game and not even moving through, not even traversing through the game, we've gone through so many areas of detail and color and lighting and character models and land and environments. There's just so much going on in one standstill position to give you evidence that the game is powerfully masterful in graphics. Well, thanks for watching. Next time, I think I plan on talking a little bit about sound and why that is excellent in this game. I hope to see you in the next video. We'll see you in the next one.